you really can't believe it until you actually go there.
You can't believe it until you go there. So now you have to say, well, what philosophy led to that outcome?
I want to show you one more throwback. I think we've shown this to you once or twice of Elon talking about why he bought Twitter in the first place. And do you think that maybe this is connected to everything that we're talking about today?
What was it ultimately that led you to make the decision to do it?
I mean, this is going to sound somewhat melodramatic, but I was worried about that it was having a corrosive effect on civilization. That it was just having a bad impact. I think part of it is that it's where it was located, which is downtown San Francisco. And while I think San Francisco is a beautiful city, and we should really fight hard to kind of right the ship of San Francisco. If you've walked around downtown San Francisco, right near the FK Twitter headquarters, it's a zombie apocalypse. I mean, it's rough. Have you been in that area?
Not lately. No.
Yeah.
I've heard.
It's crazy.
I've heard it's crazy. I've heard you really can't believe it until you actually go there.
You can't believe it until you go there. So now you have to say, well, what philosophy led to that outcome? And that philosophy was being piped to Earth. So, a philosophy that would be ordinarily quite niche and geographically constrained, so that the fallout area would be limited, was effectively given an information weapon, information technology weapon to propagate what is essentially a mind virus to the rest of Earth. And the outcome of that mind virus is very clear if you walk around the streets of downtown San Francisco. It is the end of civilization.
That's Elon at his best, right? Like, listen to how calmly and cleanly he is explaining what's going on there and how he's connecting what he was seeing on the streets of San Francisco. And I can vouch for that personally because I stood up in his corner office up there with the windows going both ways with Elon looking down, and he was talking about where they get the drugs, where they do the drugs. That's where they're all beating the crap out of each other and all of that stuff. But what he's saying is that this niche ideology, meaning the collectivist ideology, what we now all know as wokeism, which is really just collectivism with a dash of racism and a dash of gender confusion and all of that, it's a niche ideology that would have been left in certain geographic places throughout time, right? Like there would have been little pockets of it here and there, but it was weaponized by big tech and then the government. And then through algorithmic tricks, it was pushed everywhere, which leads us to exactly where we are at the moment.